What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back with another statue unboxing and review. A few years back, I reviewed XM Studios' Batman Sanity piece, and that was an insane statue. One character surrounded by all their enemies. Well, we have the follow-up by David Finch and XM Studios, Wonder Woman Courage. This is the color version with her fighting her rogues gallery. Before we jump into the unboxing, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments, who is your favorite Wonder Woman villain? Let's get into it. All right, so let's jump into that larger box first. Lift off the lid. It actually does have the black envelope with the package contents inside. No assembly guide. They do have a video on their YouTube channel that you can check out, but showing where everything goes in both boxes and all 4 layers. So good to have. Let's get this out the way and lift off this lid. Here we can see what's under layer 1. Let's remove all the paper. We got Wonder Woman, we've got Ares, Cheetah. Let's take a closer look. So we'll look at Wonder Woman's body first. Right away, love the skin tone. I feel like they really added a lot of depth to it. You can see the movement in her skirt as she's coming down on all her enemies. The uniform looks great, the deep dark red. We've got texturing on the boots here, which looks great. You got the gold trim on them as well. And then onto Ares. This feels like a 1/5 scale piece, man. Love the color of his armor too. It's like that bluish, greenish. Got battle damage on it, his gray skin with the darker grays going through his muscles. Big key notch on the back for his cape. A lot of detail sculpted in on the lower half as well, from his belt to those boots. Same great armor color. And then you got that skull on the belt buckle. Then we got Ares' sword. I like how they did this different than Wonder Woman's. This one has a lot of battle damage. You see his gray hand. Then we have Cheetah's tail, got all the spots, colors look great. You have some texture going on there as well, almost to look like it's really fur. Then onto Cheetah herself. She looks great. I mean, the colors look awesome. You got the spots down her side, on her thighs, as she's kind of down on her knees. You can see where we key in the tail, the hair movement, and I think the expression on the portrait looks great as well. Here we have some accessories for Dr. Poison. We'll see her later on in another box, but fully sculpted. And let's take a look at the arms of Silver Swan. I love that dull metal look. You have those jagged gauntlets too, almost like feathers. And then Silver Swan's body. So she's got the armor. She's got those same type of spikes on her boot here. You can see the design on the side. Flipping around to the back, you can see where we key in those wings. And we can get a look at the other foot here. All right, and Silver Swan is the last piece out of this top layer. So let's go ahead and remove this layer and see what's underneath. We got a couple large pieces. Let's remove the tissue paper. We've got the base, some columns, and actually we have the little Wonder Woman plaque. So XM Studios includes this with a small percentage of their pre-orders, and you can see what comes out is this little metal plate, and it's got a kickstand on the back to display. Moving on, we have Ares' portrait. Man, I love those red eyes. Again, the gray skin, the awesome helmet. It's got that weathered bluish greenish hue to it. You've got that mohawk with those realistic looking bristles. All right, then we have one of the columns to the base. Love the damage in it. It's super heavy. This is column B, and this one's column A. A little from column A, a little from column B. This one's bigger. Love the battle damage. The differences in paint look great. You have almost like an ash at the top of it, some burn tinges. You've got like the inside of this column exposing all the rocks and gravel. Very realistic. And then we have the base itself. Let's go ahead and get this on the turntable so we can get a better look at it. All right, so more columns, more destruction, more desecration on Themyscira as she's being invaded by all of her rogues. The fallen statue of her mother Hippolyta. All right, box 2, a little bit smaller, a lot lighter. Let's get off that lid. Again, let's get off the straps. Let's remove the top layer. We got a few pieces on top. Let's remove the plastic. Got some capes, got some wings. Let's start with those wings actually. So that's Silver Swan's wings, very Archangel-like. I like the circular ring on the top as well. Then we have Grail's scythe, and I like how it kind of looks like a crow. Like this is like the black eye and then the beak. Got her gauntlet. Then we have Circe's arms, so she's got those long draping sleeves, her white skin with her hand outstretched, the other hand balled up in a fist. Then we have Wonder Woman's cape. I love how it's flowing upward. The reds look so vibrant. You got the gold trim and then a darker red underneath. Great shadowing as well. Then we have Ares' cape. So Ares' cape has that armor on his shoulders, similar type of skull design that connects him. Love the movement and the sculpt that they did into these capes. Got even like a tinge of blue on that black. This does come with Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, just like with the Justice League vs. Darkseid diorama. Now we're on the final layer. You can see we have the rest of the villains, and we're gonna start with Cersei's body. Love the texture on those legs. She's got the heels. You have this flowing type of trench coat slash uniform, but I love the blue and red combo with the gold trim, looks great. Then we have Wonder Woman's shield and Ares' shield. So great detail on these, love the colors. They have their left hand in both of their shields. Then we got the creepiest of all of them, Dr. Psycho. His expression looks awesome, man. They did a great job on it, looks super realistic. His shorter stature with his little suit on. He's got those polished up shoes. 100% sculpted. They did a great job on his clothes. Then we have Cheetah's hands. So again, great coloring as it goes from yellow to orange, the black claws. And Wonder Woman's sword. So unlike Ares, hers has a metal finish, got a nice wrap on it, looks great. Then we have Silver Swan's portrait, almost like an X-Men vibe going on here, like Jean Grey mixed with Gambit. How she's got that helmet going over her ears. I love the design details in there. That deep dark red with the black highlights. The hair looks awesome. Two portraits for Wonder Woman, one where she's screaming and she's in battle, and the other where she's calm and serious. I'm always gonna go Rage portrait, especially when you're fighting most of your villains. The hair looks great as it's flowing upward, the tiara. Great job on the portraits. Then we have Cersei's portrait, and I think this might be my favorite one. Love the liquid coming out of her red eyes, her wild fiery hair. Sculpt looks incredible. They did a great job on the skin tone. And then we have Dr. Poison, and look at her portrait with the scars. They nailed that. You have like that World War II looking uniform. She has this lunging pose as she's moving forward towards Wonder Woman with that syringe in her hand filled up with something nasty. And I had a little issue with Grail. I didn't realize her portrait came out. I don't know if it was supposed to, and it fell on the floor and it cracked open. I was able to find the piece and glue it back on there. I don't know if I should glue this portrait on or not though. But we have Grail and she looks awesome. Another standout from this piece. The uniform, the design, the paint applications, they just nailed it on all fronts. They did a great job with that shaved portion of her head as well. Very cool to see Grail on this diorama. I want to thank That Spider-Man Booth for sponsoring this video. They have a monthly subscription box which guarantees you 5 comics, $100 retail value, plus 2 exclusives that you can only get in this box. The first one is 8 Billion Genies, issue number 8, virgin cover, limited to just 500 copies. And the second one is 300, issue number 1, reprinting Frank Miller's classic with a limited print run of just 1,500. Check out ThatSpiderManBooth.com and sign up for their subscription box today. All right, so let's start with the assembly. Column A will go in the back, so let's go ahead and secure that. And then column B will go on the middle. This is where Wonder Woman will key into later on. Let's just start working from the back. So Dr. Psycho in the back. Ares will go in next. Let's make sure to key him in. We're gonna key in Grail to Hippolyta's portrait here. And this one you can kind of either do her or Silver Swan. I feel like it's almost like playing Twister, the way that you got to get these ones in there. But Silver Swan goes in like so. Moving on over here, we're gonna put Dr. Poison in the back. Cersei will go in next. And this seems like a good time to get Diana keyed in. So she'll go into that column like I mentioned. You just got to get that right angle to make sure she sits flush. Cheetah will go up front. Let's go ahead and key that tail in. And oh, I forgot to put Grail's head back on. So let's get her head on. And we'll start putting these guys together. So Ares will put his shield on. Sword is in his right hand. We're going to go ahead and make sure that's sitting flush. We'll key in the cape on his back. That comes together nice, and then we'll flip it around. Let's get that portrait on. All right, so Silver Swan, we get both arms going. We'll get her portrait on, and then we'll start working on those wings. I figured I'd start with the right wing, make sure that's in there, and then get the left wing there. All right, then we'll get Grail's right arm on with her scythe. Cersei with that portrait. We'll get her arms keyed in. She's got those long sleeves hanging down. We'll get her right arm in next. Let's double back to Cheetah, get those hands keyed on. So left hand, here goes the right. Dr. Poison, she has those satchels, so we'll go ahead and throw this over her right shoulder, the other one over the left. All right, let's get Wonder Woman's cape going. Then we'll throw on that right arm with the sword. The left arm here with the shield. All right, so let's go with that stern portrait first. Confident, not sweating this battle whatsoever. And then we have the rage portrait. Awesome, let's see what Wonder Woman looks like in full. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have it in all its glory, the successor to Batman Sanity, both by David Finch and sculpted by an all-star cast of sculptors. Let's take a look at the measurements here. I'm thinking her cape is the tallest point, so that's gonna make her about just shy of 27 inches tall. The width is about 14, give or take some pieces hanging off on the top, but 14 inches, and then the depth is about 13 inches deep. Now, they made two versions of this, just like with Batman Sanity. This is the color version. There are 499 made in total, and they made the marble version, which there are 299. Now, this piece retailed almost $2,700 USD from XM Studios, and a lot of people ask me, where can they get XM pieces in the States? Well, for a lot of their DC stuff, they have a worldwide license. I picked this up from Collector Zone. They're selling this for $32.99 shipped, including taxes and everything. And you can save 15% on that by using the code GemMint at checkout. Also, if you're looking for a little guidance, maybe you don't know what's out there or what you really want to get, you can join their Facebook group, the Collector Zone Cantina, which also has perks in the form of discount codes. I'm actually going to be attending the Collector Zone in-store grand opening May 13th and May 14th. There's going to be a lot of statue companies there debuting new pieces, and you know I'm going to get a ton of footage of the store. I mean, a store dedicated to statues. Super excited for that. Let me know what you think about this piece in the comments down below, and as always, I'm going to leave you with this spinning 360 degrees on the turntable. Stay minty fresh, y'all. Peace.